Hello, everyone. Coming up here on the Pro Wrestling Show presents the AEW Dynamite Ring Report for Beach Break. Coming up, as you see right here, these are some of the matches and segments that you'll see throughout AEW. We'll talk about it coming up here right now. The Casino Gauntlet match for the women. Who's going to get a future women's championship shot at Redemption? We'll see coming up. Well, we see Dina's in it. We'll see a lot of other folks in it. Plus, Will Ospreay teams up with John Moxley, the Death Riders, to take on the Workhorse in a tag team match. We'll see if Will Ospreay and John Moxley work together. Been working together. Moxley been training Ospreay. Also, too, Tommaso Ciampa taking on his new rival in Jericho. Jericho looks to get even up the odds against Ciampa. We'll see coming up. Plus, in our main event, the world title is on the line of not that world title. We'll get to that a little bit later. But this world title, MJF defending the world championship against Ken Omega. If Ken Omega can't do it, this will be his last opportunity. If MJF defeats him, if Ken Omega does it, he goes on to All In to defend the championship. We get the Pro Wrestling Show started right here, right now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. I'm your host, as always, Kendrick Dix here. Glad you can join us here on the Pro Wrestling Show. Join in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling here on Connect. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe and share. Tell a friend. Call a friend. Hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing. All right. Let's not waste no time whatsoever. Let's get everything started right here on the Pro Wrestling Show. We kick things off with Jericho versus Ciampa. What a match that was. Jericho versus Ciampa. Consider that a street fight match when you think of it. It was brawling all over the ring, falls count anywhere, anything goes, count out, out. But Tommaso Ciampa found him a way to defeat Jericho. Ciampa gets himself a little step closer and defeating living legend of Jericho. See how that's going to go. But Tommaso Ciampa in the upper room over Jericho. Also, too, the World Championship will be online. MJF trying to antagonize Will Ospreay, saying it's going to be them at All In. And I don't think Ospreay is not playing. Ospreay's like thinking, go on somewhere, man. Guess not. But Jericho's trying to, MJF trying to get in the head of Ospreay and trying so hard. Even prepping up tonight, Ken Omega's prepping up for his bout against MJF. Ken Omega saying this is his only chance and he's going to make the most of it. Ken Omega needs to do this because if he doesn't beat MJF, MJF made to eat it. That if you can't beat me, you'll never get a shot at the World Championship ever again. I think that edict comes real close. Well, another match. Kesha was in action against Kyle Fletcher. Kyle Fletcher won his match. Kyle Fletcher defeated Kesha, which that led to a word of words between Mick Foley and Don Callis. Mick Foley's gonna have a match against Don Callis. Well, it looks like could be, but we'll see. But Foley's trying to get Don Callis' head. Don Callis' former client, Andrade, saying that he wants a shot at the world title. Don Callis said he's gonna give him a shot. Saying he's gonna get a shot perhaps against Kyle Fletcher, but he got to go to Mark Davis, which is crazy. I think Andrade wants to be a champion in AEW. Andrade did that, and see Andrade going after somebody. Andrade using his coat. So Andrade wants to be a champion, wants to end the Don Callis family once and for good. So see how that went down for Andrade. Also, too, this right here, Hiroshita won her match last week. Hiroshita, new TBS champion. Don't know what's next for here, but she wants to make her rounds in the AEW Women's Division some way, somehow. So Hiroshita's doing that. The women's gauntlet match, just a winner, Willow Nightingale. Willow Nightingale perhaps will get her shot at redemption. The real Nightingale could be the champion head to redemption, but she got to defeat Tekla to get the job done. So Will Nightingale earns herself a number one contenders match. We saw Mercedes. They're doing these transitional champions and stuff. They will look like uh, transitional championships with that. But Will Nightingale feeding women like Mercedes, I'm gonna say Maya World and Athena didn't get the shot. Well, we go to this right here, the tag team match, the Workhorsemen taking on the team. Go to the Workhorsemen taking on the team. Will Ospreay and John Moxley. John Moxley and Will Ospreay, easy pickings for the Workhorsemen. They didn't really have a shot. Workhorsemen really didn't have a shot tonight. I want to show you that right quick. Moxley, Ospreay finding their groove here, find their niche. I think Ospreay and Moxley. That's what's going on. The Workhorsemen and stuff. What's going down between that? So you see how that went down. Um, want to keep a close eye on this because you know Moxley and Ospreay they're gonna feud down the road once Ospreay gets the belt and stuff. Well, we go to this right here. We see the tag team champions. See Mercedes Moné associating herself with the tag team champions. What's going on with that? So hey, well we get to this right here. The not this main event. We'll get to that coming up a little bit. This is the main event right here. MJF defending the world title against Kenny Omega. Who is going to emerge victorious between MJF and Kenny Omega? Kenny Omega said that this is his last opportunity for the goal. He's going to make most of it, as well as MJF saying that he's going to make sure he's going to meet with Ospreay 1-on-1. Well, it looks like Kenny Omega put against all odds, winning. Kenny Omega, now your new AEW champion. Kenny Omega will meet Will Ospreay at All In. Another match that's going to be coming up at All In. Will Ospreay versus Kenny Omega for the AEW title in August. What match that's going to be? That's going to be a big money match. Will Ospreay come to his homeland, England, the challenge for the World Championship. Can Kenny Will Ospreay become the AEW champion that he wants to be? So that's the question we're going to see. All right, that is the AEW Ring Report. Let's move over to Wrestling Hot Topics. Wrestling Hot Topics. I want to talk about this. We know that a former AEW star, TNA star, Mike Santana, has put in his notice for TNA. He's no longer going to be wrestling. His contract was up. Mike Santana now saying 7:15. What that means, I guess he got a week left, or is he coming back to AEW, or is he going to join in NXT? That's the question that everybody wants to know. I'm thinking Santana's going to join NXT because NXT needs a group of male superstars into their roster. I'm telling you. So hopefully, he will come and come in fresh eyes in NXT. So we'll see. We're gonna have more incoming talent that could come to NXT instead of Santana. Got his name, but he could be coming. A lot of people are coming to NXT. Even this man right here, Richard Holiday. They're saying that he's expressing interest in Richard Holiday. I mean, they should have done that close to 5 or 7 years ago. Holiday was on my radar like 2018. Then he went on. I'm surprised AEW didn't want to get him. But then they were saying that he was supposed to be Mr. Elegance, but then I guess that didn't pass through. That didn't just go through. So we'll see if Holiday's coming. But if he comes NXT, what a great addition he might be for NXT. Well, speaking of that, looks like CM Punk released his tour dates when he's coming, saying he's coming around some camp-ish. So CM Punk, the new WWE champion, back against the mountaintop again. We talked about on the Raw Ring Report this past week. We'll see coming up on the SmackDown Ring Report what he's going to do and what CM Punk is going to bring. All right. That's going to do it for the AEW ring report. Like I said, it was a ring report, but it's short but easy. Oh, yeah, we forgot to tell you this. Jungle Boy Jack Perry, before we leave out, has re-signed with AEW. So Jungle Boy Jack Perry is not going to WWE anytime soon. I guess CM Punk don't have to worry about that. Well, gonna leave you with Ken Omega regaining the AEW title from MJF. It was a win or do or die situation, and he did and thank you all for watching this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. I've been your host, Kid the Dix. Saying so long. We'll see you next time on the edition of the Pro Wrestling Show.